Hello, today we're going to do our first lesson and we're going to revise and review simple present. You must have done simple present before, but we're just going to recap. So I'll show it here on the board, simple present. And so we have I, you, I, you, he, she, it, we, you, and they. These are the pronouns. So in English, it's quite easy, compared to other languages like Spanish, for example. So we say, I work, you work, he, she, it works. We work, you work, and they work. So, as you can see, the verb is all the same except for he, she, it, in which you have to say works. We have an S. You don't always just add an S. With work, it's just a normal verb, so we'll just add the S. If you have a verb that ends in Y, and before the Y you have a consonant, it's studies. We change the Y to I. So it's studies, but you have to have that rule. Consonant, so Y, and then consonant. For example, with play, this wouldn't work. Plays like that. It has to, because you have a vowel. It has to be a consonant. We change the Y for I, and then we add ES. If the verb ends in S, X, CH, SH, or O, we also add ES. So, as you can see, with a verb like, for example, go, we would say he goes, because it ends in O. With a verb like wash, you'd say washes, because it ends in SH. Okay, so basically, the verbs are always the same except for third person. The third person doesn't necessarily, third person singular, it doesn't necessarily have to say he. It could, for example, say, let's say, the boy. Plays, because the boy is he. Or the cat eats, because the cat is it. It has to be singular. Right? So that is in affirmative. You have to just remember to add the S. You have to remember the spelling rules of adding ES. And now we're going to look at it, a quick look at negative. So, to make the verb negative, is I don't work. Don't is a contraction of do not. Put it together and we say don't. So I don't work, you don't work, he, she, it. Now this is a different one, is doesn't work. Doesn't work is a contraction, doesn't, of does not. So does not is doesn't. And then we don't work, you don't work, and they don't work. Be careful, because before I said I work, you work, he works. When it's negative, we have the, you don't put the S there because the S is already there, see? It's already different. So that is the negative. Let's look at the question. With the question, we just add do I work? Silly question, but anyway, do I work? Do you work? Does he, she, or it work? Do we work? Do you work? And do they work? Put a question mark. See? So as you can see, the present simple in English is very basic. We don't have to remember a lot of things. Do remember the structure of the question, which is the auxiliary, the subject, and the verb. And you always have to do it. We also have in English what we call a tag question, which is a short answer. So I say, do you work? You don't just say yes or no. You say, do you work? Yes, I do. Or we say, no, I don't. Does she work? Yes, she does, or no, she doesn't. This is a bit, especially for Spanish, it's because do you work? No. Yes. Do you live in Taipei? Do you live in London? No, I don't. Not just no. So now we've seen the question, we've seen the negative, and we've seen the affirmative of present simple. Remember when to put your S or ES. So we have work, works, live, lives, but we have watch, as in watch television. I watch television, he watches television. And then you also have the Y that we change into an I, and then studies. So those are a bit of the spelling rules. But pronunciation, studies, is the same. It's just a pronunciation. So, another thing that we're going to see with present simple is when do we use present simple in English? Can you remember when we use present simple in English? We use present simple in English when we're talking about things we do all the time. When we talk about what we do, our habits, our routines. So I say, I get up at 7 o'clock. I get up at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's my routine. It's something I do always. Or I have breakfast. I have breakfast in the bar downstairs. Okay? But sometimes we use the things we do every day for habits, for routines. Therefore, there are some key words which, whenever you see this word, you know it's simple, it's a present simple tense. As it's a routine, any adverb of frequency, you're going to be using this. Can we think of some adverbs of frequency? I'm going to get my book to make sure. Okay, we have always, which is the top. I always do something. You could say often. We could say every week. We could say twice a week. We could also say never. So I never, let's say I never get up before 7. It's something I never do. What's important with these adverbs of frequency is where do we put them in the sentence? We have to think, where do we put them in the sentence? So, there's a rule. I just rub this out and I'll tell you the rule. Can you please write it down? Because that way you'll always have it in your notebook and you can remember what I've said. You can always, of course, always go back, but it would be easier if you just took down notes of what I've been saying. So, let's see, where do we put these in a sentence? So let's say we've got always, often, and never, for example. If it's a normal verb, when I say a normal verb, I mean not the verb to be. So if it's a normal verb, I often eat in a restaurant. Here's the verb. When we put it before, in the middle, or I always eat in a restaurant, or I never eat in a restaurant. If it's not a normal verb, which is to be, here we have the verb, which is the verb to be, which is different. It's after. And that's a rule. It's always like that. I often eat, goes in the middle, and if it's the verb to be, we put it after. It's different. If you have the, I wrote before, these are phrases. These are phrases because it's not one word, it's more than one word. So it's more than one word. They can either go, they go at the end of the sentence. So, I eat in a restaurant once a week. I am hungry. No, I am never hungry. Not with this one, okay? With the verb to be, it always has to be this one. So with the verb in present simple, you would put these at the end. Well, that's it, that's it. This is like a total recap of verbs in simple present. I hope you understood my explanation. If not, can you maybe contact me? And if you think that you might find it easier if I spoke a little bit in Spanish, it's something that I can do. But it is always best if you try and understand everything in English. What I'm going to do for today is I'm going to have a quick recap of what I've said today, and I'm going to do that in Spanish, okay, in case you didn't understand. I'd like you to tell me what you think about, if you prefer English and Spanish, just English, or I think at this level, maybe a little explanation at the end in Spanish would be helpful. So, let's look at the 3 things that we've done today. Bueno, como he dicho, os voy a hacer una pequeña revisión de lo que hemos visto, pero lo voy a decir en español para que, por si no os ha quedado claro, si os ha quedado claro, apagáis, ¿vale? Lo primero que hemos visto es que los verbos en inglés, el verbo presente simple es muy fácil, siempre es lo mismo, ¿no? I work, bla, 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 menos la tercera persona, que decíamos, poníamos la S. La tercera persona es he, she, and it. ¿Ponemos siempre la S? A veces ponemos ES. ¿Cuándo? Pues eso es, hay unas reglas que seguir. Si el verbo termina en una consonante normal, añadimos la S. Si el verbo termina en estas palabras o en una S, añadimos ES. Pero eso es básicamente porque sería imposible de pronunciar, ¿no? Si yo tengo un verbo como, por ejemplo, wash, y digo wash, es muy difícil. Por eso lo añadimos la S, washes, porque nos permite pronunciarlo mejor. También si el verbo terminaba en Y y delante tenía una consonante, cambiábamos la Y por I latina. ¿Vale? Tiene que tener una consonante. Por ejemplo, play, no, porque play tiene delante una vocal, por eso la añadimos eso. ¿Vale? ¿Eso se ha quedado claro? Bueno, lo siguiente que hemos visto es cómo se hace la pregunta y la negación. Bueno, no lo voy a repetir todo, pero simplemente que veas que la negación es así. Si es tercera persona, parece un 4. It doesn't work. O sea, por un lado, en el afirmativo hay que recordar siempre que sea tercera persona ponerle la S. Pero cuando es una pregunta o una negación, nunca lleva la S allí, porque la S está aquí metida y no la tenemos que repetir. Esto sería la negación y esto sería la pregunta. Otra cosa que hemos visto, cuando usamos el presente simple. El presente simple lo usamos cuando hablamos de una rutina, de algo que haces normalmente. De allí que muchas veces, o sea, una señal de que tenemos que usar este verbo va a ser un adverbio de frecuencia. Entonces, si tú ves uno de estos verbos en tu frase, tú ya sabes que es presente simple. Lo digo porque ahora estamos viendo este presente simple, pero mañana ya vamos a tener presente continuo y luego vamos a mezclar un poco todos los tiempos. Esto va a ser tu pista, tu palabra pista. Lo que puede pasar es que lo que no queremos es hablar, o lo que no podemos es hablar inglés como si estuviéramos hablando español. Es diferente, la estructura de la frase es diferente. Entonces, ¿dónde ponemos estos verbos? Pues si es un verbo normal, delante. I never eat at home. Si es un verbo auxiliar, que es el verbo to be, va detrás. I am never at home on Sunday. ¿Ves que aquí está el verbo y aquí va detrás? Tenemos unas frases. En inglés decimos frases, phrases, pero no son frases como nosotros lo conocemos, son phrases, que son 2 o 3 palabras juntas. Entonces, cuando tenemos esta situación, que tenemos estos phrases, no lo podemos poner ahí. Estos phrases van siempre al final de la frase. Bueno, este yo creo que lo habremos dado, o lo habréis dado ya un montón de veces, pero bueno, es un pequeño revisión para recordar y refrescar esto, porque es cierto que a veces tenemos, y más gente que ya ha estudiado inglés en la escuela, en el instituto, a veces tenemos algunos vicios de no poner la S, de no poner el orden correcto, y como viene bien, repasar desde el principio esto. ¿Vale? Bueno, pues yo creo que es todo. De todas maneras, si queréis, ya sabéis que hay unas preguntas, me las podéis dejar en el tablón de clase, o yo ahora os voy a dejar los ejercicios y seguimos, os sigo dando las instrucciones.